Hi, I'm Mike Taylor. I teach geometry at Oakland Tech, and there's some math teachers that are trying to figure out some things that you can try while we're doing this distance learning. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Khan Academy and talk about a few things that I know. I actually don't use it a lot, but I know some other teachers who are, so I'd love to kind of start a discussion in the comment section below if you've got ideas or confusing or whatever. I'm going to show you what I know and just a few things. Khan is a big and complicated thing, but you don't need to use everything. And if nothing else, if you can show kids how to use it, you may be setting them up for the rest of high school. If they've really got a problem with something, they can learn how to kind of research it and use it in Khan themselves so they can help themselves in the future. One of the things I'm doing right now is a hack that we've figured out that most of you are probably using Zoom now. You can totally use this to do screencasts. And at the very end, so I've hit record, which is down at the bottom of the menu. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit share screen, and I'm going to pick to share my screen. And now suddenly I've got this amazing window that you can see my head up here, but down here, actually, I guess I'm pointing in the wrong direction. Down here is my actual screen. And I've got a couple of things queued up. So first of all, what you'll need to do is if you haven't logged into Khan Academy yet, you should. You can log in. I would log in with Google and just use your school account. I've already created an account, and so it's going to log me in. And part of the problem of this is not everything you see may be the same as what you see on the screen here, because I've had a Khan Academy account before, but just kind of look around. So I've already created a couple of classes. I've got a few students who've chosen to do work in Khan rather than do what I'm offering up in Google Classroom. And then this was something I was trying to do to make sure you know how to do this. There's a couple of options when you create a class, so you probably don't have anything here at first. You may need to click up here and go to the teacher dashboard to find this screen. And then if you want to check on students, you can check on them here. I'm going to add a new class because the first thing you probably want to do is create a class. And I can say example class, whatever you want to call it. There is an option to import all your kids at once from Google Classroom. You could totally do this. I don't quite know how that works, but my guess is it would create 4 to 6 classes, whatever you happen to have in your Google Classroom, and all those students would automatically be enrolled. But I'm just going to do this. Because I'm only creating one class, I don't exactly know what this does. I think it gives you better access to what you are going to be teaching, but I don't think it matters. Like if I'm going to pick high school geometry and algebra 1, because those are topics I want my geometry students maybe to go over. Maybe I could even pick algebra 2. And I don't know if that matters. Yeah. But even if I just pick, I think I could still pick a physics lesson if I wanted to give it to the kids for some reason. Hit next. I do not want to add SAT practice. I could. And then this is what I did, because I was just inviting certain students to do this, but you could invite your entire Google Classroom. This is probably the same option as before. So I'm going to say just join with the link. And this is the link I can send my kid. And later, if I go back into my classroom, there's a way to find this code again if you need it. But Khan Academy org/join, and then this thing. So I've copied that. And what I want to say next. I'm stuck. It's completely stuck here. Don't know what happened. I think that's the last screen. Totally not sure what happened there. Oh, it just did this. So I've got those down, and then I can invite. And so if I click on that, I think you'll see up in the corner here is probably, yeah, there's that code I could send to kids if I needed to. So I could click on share class code if I need that again. So the kids will log on. Here's what I like to do. Anytime I sign up for a service like this, I usually create a fake account as a student because I want to know what the kids see, because I often don't know what the kids see. So I have opened another browser. I'm in Firefox right now. I've opened up a Microsoft, whatever they're calling Internet Explorer these days. And I've done a couple of things in here. Now I'm in Geometry Foundations, and this is my fake account. Let me go back. So I don't have any assignments. Now I'm going to show you assignments in a second, but I have given this fake student an assignments, but I haven't done them on time. They're in this past thing here. So that's something your students might have to go look. Oh yeah, I assigned you stuff. I did the first couple, and I will see back in my teacher box that I've done those. I also picked something else to do. I actually went and courses, because when I signed in, I'll show you an email that I sent to kids. I picked what I was interested in, and like so, if I wanted to go to geometry, I've already done some stuff in geometry. If I hit continue, this is going to take me back to where I was. It's very confusing. It's okay. There's just a lot of different options here. So this is, I've already done some stuff related to points, lines, and planes. And if I wanted to practice, so once again, I'm in the kid view right here. And this is because I want to see kind of what my students are seeing. I think that's important. So it's asking me to do some stuff here once again. But that's just a practice that I like to do, just to set up a student account so I can kind of get a feel for what the kid sees. From these, one of the things I did when the couple of students I had join up with this, I took some screenshots and said, this is probably what you're going to see when you log in. Click on courses, add algebra and high school geometry. And the reason I did this is the particular students I'm working with, I want them to choose their own path. I can make suggestions, but I said, I largely want you to kind of figure out what you're interested in and what you think you have deficits in, and just choose it for yourself. And if you need suggestions, I will make suggestions, but I'm expecting you to spend 20 to 30 minutes on this per day. And so you can see that I could pick some algebra things or some geometry things. So that's what that is. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a second because I want to bring up the example of what I have for students. I haven't closed it, no. But I've got some other students in there. I don't want to just see other names here. So I'm going to go back into my teacher dashboard, and I'm going to click on this, and then I'm going to resize it so you can't see these other student names. Okay, so I went into my class, and I've got 3 students listed in here, and Funniest Man on Earth is my other Gmail, which is my fake student account. One way I can look at students' work is if I'm in the roster, I can just click on it, and I can actually see what the kid has been doing. And so I can see that the student has done some geometry stuff, as well as some other things. These are ones that I actually have assigned that they did late. And what are the options? Oh, mastery challenges, unit tests, quizzes, articles. Oh, I guess I can sort it. Not done that. I can also assign stuff, which is what I did. So I could go out. I've already assigned some of these things, but I can go down and pick something. And this just puts it kind of in their queue so they know to do it. And finally, I wanted to show you, there's one other place, activity overview, last 7 days. Oh, well, yeah, this just shows you in general how much time I've spent, how many skills I've leveled up on, and skills without progress. Once again, there's a lot here. Don't be overwhelmed. Just, I would try it. I would put some things out there. There's lots of videos for help that you can watch, but I think it's a good place to start if you are looking for some continuity and some place where a kid can practice and get feedback, as well as watch some videos for help. And once again, I would encourage you to set up a student account and a separate student account using a different email so you can kind of get a feel for what your kid's experiencing. I think this would be really helpful during this time, and I think it might be something that you could use in the future. So I think it's worth trying. Thanks for listening.